Hello, everyone. Let's talk about Bitcoin. So recently, this tapping on the all-time high, what we care about is from the previous compressionary condition. We saw our mean reversion, right? And that has long since tapered off. Price can do whatever it wants. So from that, there was no implied direction. But what do we see down here? New expansion on this most recent move. So while this is a bit of lateral trading, if we go here on our lower time frame, we should get ourselves a relatively clean longest overexpanded period, which is defining us a pivot point. And we can say on here on the shorter term, so long as we are above that pivot, Bitcoin might push to a new all-time high. So compared to our previous upward moves, we actually have a pretty good chance of supporting a new upward leg. So just wait for the bounce off the longest overexpanded period. If it goes up and you have a new all-time high, you can bet on trend continuation. But if it fails, then we enter a short-term mean reversion down to around 18118. Very simple, very clean. So pretty low risk entry on this most recent upward move. Of course, on the prior leg, we did have that upward expansion. However, we failed on the bounce and we saw mean reversion, which led to more lateral trading. The one thing to note here is that there is a bit of converse expansion. We had a downward leg and an upward leg, so there is a chance this may face some resistance. But on our daily chart, volatility overhead's just about tapered off. So time will tell. Again, relatively low risk entry. Let's take a look at your questions. First up, we will take a look at Doge BTC. Doge is very cyclical. Generally speaking, you buy the swing low, you sell the swing high. Not seeing much that suggests a current move. I want to see an expansion before entering, and I'm not seeing that yet. Things can change very quickly for Doge, so keep a close eye. Next up, Ethereum. Performing very well recently. General clouding on the daily chart for bullish MR. That condition is completely tapered off, so there is technically no volatility overhead on the daily chart, which means this did have a free leg to run, and it did, but it's now entered compression. These bounces are incredibly clean, but it has broken, and we have seen our mean reversion, and have returned to a state of no implied direction. So, neutral chart. Trend is technically over for this most recent upward move. Next up, we'll take a look at gold. Well, for once, you have a clean longest overexpanded period on gold. Doesn't happen often, as the trends typically aren't this sustained. You have a pivot for trend. You know how to use it. Next up, let's take a look at Link. Same story as ETH. You had an upward expansion. You have your mean reversion, you have volatility overhead. Eh, I'm inclined to believe this is going to return to its trickle. Yeah, essentially, if Bitcoin can create a new all-time high, I think also have oh, an extended run of correction. Uh, Altcoins tend to like to maintain their USD value when Bitcoin goes on a run. So essentially, altcoins should just remain neutral in USD value. That would be my prediction. Okay, hope that was helpful for you all. I'll see you all again soon. Ciao.